There you go.
Here
Good
we
morning,
are.
Ellie.
Good morning.
It's nice to see you.
Thanks.
And you've got a little uterus behind you.
Yes. I am Marnelli Bishop. My company name is Hnau Doula. I am a certified birth and postpartum doula, Hypno Doula, evidence-based birth instructor, and childbirth educator. Before I dive deep into what I do, I want to talk about saying thank you to Sarah and Olivia for putting on such an incredible event. This is the second time that I'm participating in the parent trip, and what an incredible resource you're providing to all of the families here that are putting together all of their resources. And, you know, I really appreciate everybody who are on this panel. I also want to say thank you to all of the attendees who are watching this webinar. You are putting together some really great tools and resources as your family grows. I speak highly for all of the providers that we have here. So you're in a great place as you are, working to grow your family. So in theme with the parent trip, I made this cute little slide about a birth doula roadmap. So a birth doula is a non-medical professional who supports families through pregnancy, childbirth, and postpartum. So you can consider a birth doula like your navigator. And there are various spots on your journey that you interact with your doula. So the first place that you would interact with a doula is interviewing. And I'm sure doula Olivia will agree with me because I've heard her say it. And all of the other doulas that are presenting on the parent trip, we would recommend that you interview with at least 3 doulas. There is a doula for everyone, and there are fantastic doulas in the greater Portland metropolitan area. But what's important for you is that you connect with the doula. We all have skills in all of the different aspects of birth, but what's important is, who do you feel supported by? Who do you feel confident in their ability to support you through your birth journey? So that's why I note it here. What types of support is most valuable to you? All of us doulas have experience with physical support, emotional support, informational support, and the advocacy component. Advocacy meaning we are giving you the tools to speak for yourselves to get the type of care that you want. During your interview, you will likely hear about the package that your birth doula will provide. And in general, most doulas will provide unlimited phone, text, email. They will provide a number of prenatal visits. For me, it's usually 2 when I'm doing in-person, but during this time, through virtual support, I'm offering a lot more because it requires more interaction to also arm the birth partner to help you navigate birth. And then there is also some support with postpartum preparation. Your birth doula will be present at your birth in person, when we're not all social distancing. And then depending on where your birth location is, you could be in person. I do know that there are a few, most of the birth centers here in the Portland area are still allowing doulas. And I know of at least maybe 1 hospital that is still allowing doula support. And then depending on the doula, there is some level of postpartum support, whether it be just postpartum to process your birth and make sure you are, settling into your home, But oftentimes there are also doulas that provide a few hours of postpartum support that kind of carry you through a few additional weeks into your postpartum journey. So prenatal support, what does that look like? Doulas will discuss your values and preferences. That is a huge component that I talk about as an evidence-based birth instructor. I utilize that little stool back there on what evidence-based care is. What that does is it takes into your values and preferences, because you could have an awesome provider. You can have a really great packet of resources and information for you, but if those providers and who is providing care to you don't take into account your values and preferences, that can really impact your birth experience. So birth preparation, again, is another part that we talk about in prenatal support. We help prepare the birthing parent and the birth partner. So in this time of social distancing, those extra visits, virtual visits that I'm giving to my clients, I'm telling them what I would be doing if I was there in person. So as a birth doula, when I'm walking into a birth place, if it's in the hospital, I figure out where the lights are. I figure out where there are towels. I make sure I know how to operate the bed so that I can help get the birth person into a comfortable position. I maybe ask and figure out where the birth balls are or the nutrition center. All of these things are things that I do to help the birth environment feel more welcoming and comfortable. So in the prenatals right now, I'm helping the birth partner with those things, and also helping the birth partner with comfort measures and other labor positions that they can help the birthing parent get into. We cover coping skills and comfort measures, and then some doulas have specialties. So for me, I'm a Hypno Babies Hypno Doula. So if you were to sign up with me as a Hypno Doula, I would be going through different prenatal appointments with you to deepen your hypnosis. A doula is really well connected with their community, so you know that they will have trusted resources for providers and other professionals, and they are up to date on the current work environment. A birth doula is on call. On call is my phone's on, my ringer's on, I'm available for you. I will come to your home if you need me to. I will also help transfer you to a hospital or your birth center or birth location, and then be with you those first few hours postpartum. And during your postpartum time, we talk about postpartum recovery, newborn care, feeding support, whatever your goals are, and family support. So a birth doula really is kind of one of those first people in your parenting village. We birth doulas have done a lot of the work for you to kind of sift through all of the minutia and information that's out there and really give you hard, solid data and statistics to make sure that it's not outdated. In evidence-based birth, they talk about the evidence-based practice gap, and it takes anywhere from 15 to 20 years for new practices to come into medical practice. So a doula helps kind of close that gap because we're doing the research for you. So that's what a birth doula is. I'm going to go ahead and look in the Q&A and see if there are any questions. So which hospital is still doing birth doula support in person? From what I understand, the hospital that is providing in allowing doulas is Willamette Falls. So that is out in Oregon City. So I would check. I don't know if something has changed today. As of the last time I communicated with the hospital, they were still allowing for birth doulas. And like I said earlier, most, if not all, of the birth centers are still allowing doulas, which is great. One thing that I will mention is if you are giving birth in having a home birth or a birth center birth, one thing that you should probably talk about with your doula and your providers is, what does a transfer look like right now? It's going to be different. There's some rapid testing happening to make sure, the birth person and potentially the birth partner are not carriers for COVID-19, but they might not get the results back until after the baby's born. But protocols are shifting. So keep calling the hospitals, keep calling your providers, and making sure you know what options you have available. One thing I did want to point out in the prenatal support is that a lot of most of the doulas that were here or on here also provide education. And the doula coming up next, which is Jenna of Full Spectrum, I am a co-teacher with her for childbirth ed. So, and then Scarlett Linsky was yesterday, and there's a lot of us. Portland is an amazing doula-friendly place. I love doulas. And I love lactation consultants, because Sarah's the one that showed up on my screen just now.
Oh, hi. I wasn't fishing for that at all.
Marnelli, I'm obsessed with this roadmap that you made.
It's amazing.
I love it.
Boom. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this map thing.
This is a woman you want to invite to your theme parties, everybody. She knows how to get into a theme.
Yeah, I will.
Riley, we'll talk about our post wrap-up party.
Okay.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Marnelli. And we're gonna go ahead and say goodbye for right now and put up your information cards so that people can get a hold of you. But yes, we just are really grateful to have you here with us today. So thank you.
Thank you. All the best today.
Thanks.
Thank you.
There we go. So that's how you get a hold of Marnelli. Marnelli is an excellent labor doula. She and I have worked together before in the past, shared clients, and I just think that she's top quality. And I mean, she made a map. Like,
Seriously, the map's amazing.